morning and welcome to day 4 of the Wrap Show. We're here on the 6th floor at the Panoramic Restaurant.
Oh my gosh, it's so wonderful to be up here and have this bird's eye view of the track and the heath and everything, and it's going to be scorcheroo today, I understand.
It really is. Stay well hydrated, everyone. It's going to be a hot one.
Now talk me through this look, because you look, again, amazing.
Thank you. I'm wearing lisu today and I feel quite cool in this because it's all silk.
Yeah.
Very simple, with a Casady shoe and an Awong Golding hat.
Oh,
and yourself?
You're a
What are you
classy
wearing?
act, darling. A hard one to follow. But I'm doing little echoes of pink here with my
Yes.
favourite waistcoat and a little stripy shirt here by the lovely Oliver Brown, and doing a navy blue, which is always nice. I think in the hot weather, it's quite nice to have the navy blue.
I think
But
it helps.
Today's show is going to be thrilling. There's so many exciting things to share with you.
Yes.
So, yeah, keep tuned.
And good morning. Welcome to Royal Ascot, day 4. And we have some gentlemen from the Royal Navy. So we have Chief Officer,
Church.
Chief Officer,
Jay.
and Lieutenant or Lieutenant.
Lieutenant Commander Mike.
Okay, lovely to see you. You all look incredible in your suits. Now these are wool, so you must be pretty hot today.
Yeah, a bit warm today.
And your medals. How fantastic are these? So how comes you have more medals than these two gentlemen?
Work harder.
I like that very much. So is this your first time to Royal Ascot?
Second.
You're very monosyllabic, aren't you?
Yeah. Sorry. I was here last year as well. But it was a
Okay.
bit different then.
It was, and then sweltering today, isn't it?
Yes. A lot.
So are you allowed to put money on the horses?
Oh, absolutely. Yes. No drinking, no on duty.
So you are on duty?
Yes, we are on duty. Yeah.
Okay, so you work for the Royal Navy. So what's the name of your ship?
We're from RNS Yeovilton in Somerset.
In Somerset. Okay.
Ah.
And tell me about yourself. So you're lieutenant. So does that mean you're higher ranking than these two gentlemen?
Yes, they have to do exactly what I tell them to do. Yes.
That's always good on a day out, actually, to have a couple there that you can just tell them what to do all afternoon.
They carry my water around all day and they keep me hydrated and look after me.
I think I need a couple of those.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think it's quite interesting when you look at Royal Ascot, obviously, as that fashion destination, but just how, from a Great Britain perspective, we really embrace uniform and we do it so well. So, can you tell us a little bit about, obviously, your amazing uniform and just the pleasure you probably receive from wearing it?
Yeah, it's a real privilege to firstly to wear this uniform and put it on. We don't wear it. It's not our daily working dress. We
Yes.
put these on for special occasions, and it's a real privilege to wear it. Yeah, it's very heavy wool material, so it's not ideal for days like today. So. Unfortunately, we can't go around in short sleeve shirts. Which is a shame.
That's when you're on board and overseas, possibly.
Yeah.
And just to ask as well, just for yourself, do you know much about how it is made, like the craftsmanship and the artistry behind making these incredible pieces?
No, but they are all tailored to the person, so...
Are they tailored per person, so they're bespoke?
Absolutely. So how long do you usually keep them? This is throughout your lifetime of actually being in the Royal Navy.
Yeah, so it's a suit that stays with you for your entire career.
And do you get to keep it afterwards?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Yeah, you get to keep all your suits.
That's brilliant. Free suits for the job.
And I guess, obviously, everybody's wearing hats today, but it's quite fun wearing a hat for work. Do you often sort of let other people have a go on the hat? Is that allowed? Do your kids run around saying, "Dad, can I have a go on your hat?"
And the kids have run around with our hats on in the past, so no problem if people want to wear the hat. It's
Okay, well, I'll come and find you later on and we can have a go. Thank you very much
Thank
for
you
joining
so
us.
much.
Thank you. Have a lovely day.
Thank you.
Now, of course, every year Royal Ascot partner with Fenwick for the Millinery Collective, and recently we went to see Jessica Collins from Bombini Studios.
I worked at an art gallery in central London with the Royal Academy of Arts, and they had a Christmas party which was Salvador Dali, and I dressed top to toe in a Salvador Dali themed outfit and the headdress with butterflies and birds, and I sat on the tube and lots of people was like, "Oh, that's amazing, do you sell them?" And I was like, "No, I don't." And then 2 weeks later I started my own little shop and here I am 3 years later. Bombini is the scientific name for a bumblebee. I have always been fascinated with bumblebees. And I think obviously looking into bumblebees, they play a huge part in nature in terms of pollination for plants and food. Hence why I've made my collection, one part of it is called Bees in Your Bonnet, so you can actually wear the bumblebees amongst the flowers, so you are kind of wearing nature in a sense whilst you're walking around. The highlights of my millinery career so far, in January I was approached to make some headpieces for a film which is coming out in December. That was really exciting, very surreal but very exciting. And being a part of this Royal Ascot Millinery Collective is definitely up there. I actually went on a walk and I generally saw the most beautiful magical tree, and I imagined what would happen if I cuddled the tree and I got stuck for like up to 5 years. And I couldn't let go, so I imagined everything that would grow on you and you becoming the tree. And if I then was suddenly released, stood back, what would be on me? And that's everything from moss, mushrooms, flowers, birds. This is my crown for the Royal Ascot Millinery Collective. First of all, I started with the headband. I then created the twigs by moulding them with resin. I then went on to making and dyeing all of the flowers. Whilst the flowers were drying, I went on a walk around local woodlands to go and see mushrooms, to get some mushroom inspiration. So I then came back and I started to make the mushrooms out of polymer clay. I then progressed on to adding the elements onto the branches to really have that effect of what would happen if you cuddled a tree and kind of what would grow on you. They're very, very subtle, but I added these iridescent gems just to go through, as I wanted to give the dewdrop effect. If you're going for a walk in the woodlands, these are then scattered throughout just to give a little bit of a shimmer.
So welcome back to the Fashion Hub, and we're actually joined by Jessica Collins, one of our milliners from the Millinery Collective in association with Fenwick. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, super duper. It's so lovely to see you here. And you were here yesterday as well.
I was.
I'm so excited with the amazing talent that we have within the Millinery Collective this year. Obviously, Royal Ascot, all about the hat. So just tell me what that moment meant for you when you got that call to say you're part of the Millinery Collective for Royal Ascot 2022.
It was absolutely phenomenal. Honestly, I'd be honest with you, I had a good little cry. I couldn't quite believe it. I couldn't believe it was actually real. So after an hour of tearful moments, I was like, yes, of course I will. It means the world. It's been an absolute once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
And your hat that you created really was, so different to all the rest of them. They were all very different and chosen for those reasons, but it was really otherworldly, and it just sort of brought that sense of storytelling to Ascot in the way. So just talk to me a little bit about the kind of concept and the creation behind it.
So I wanted it, it's called Whimsical Fantasy. I wanted it to be a fantasy. I wanted it to be a work of art that's on your head. I'll be really honest with you, I went for a walk around a woodland and I wanted to get some inspiration, and I saw a lovely tree and I thought, what happens if you cuddle this tree? What will grow on you? And that would be like moss, birds, mushrooms.
Love that.
Oh, what a wonderful narrative.
I wanted you to be wearing as if you was a part of nature in a tree. So if you walked into woodland, you would kind of camouflage into nature.
And no better time to be appreciating nature. How
So
beautiful.
tell me about your look today, because you've got a fabulous hat on with lovely golden bees and everything, which is really summery. Your dress as well. I want to hear about the whole look, but let's start with the hat.
Thank you. So my business, Bombini Studio. Bombini is a scientific name for a bumblebee. Hence why we've got the collection Bees in Your Bonnet, so you can actually wear bees in your bonnet as you're wandering around. And I just thought, why not put them everywhere?
Yes. It's beautiful. It's really amazing, and it really sets off the beautiful pastel-y. They're almost like watercolours of prints of flowers, aren't they?
Yeah, they're kind of like watercoloured hydrangeas, and as soon as I saw them, I was like, I know exactly what I'm going to make with that. And it's nice because this kind of dress, you can go as big or as wacky or as small as you'd like to go and draw out certain colours. So this attracted this to me.
So you've been actually a milliner for 3 years, and you've told me you're self-taught. So what inspired you to actually become a milliner? What was it?
So I used to work for the Royal College of Art, and we had a Salvador Dali themed Christmas party, and I went top to toe in a Salvador Dali surreal outfit. I was literally
amazing.
a walking
Work of art, actually.
Maybe, yes, that's probably the best way to describe it. And the piece for the Millinery Collective actually is the first piece I've ever made. And then I was sitting on the tube, getting the train home, and people said, "That's beautiful, do you make them?" And I said...
And you were like, I don't, but I do now.
Yes, literally, and that's how it started.
Just tell me, just to close, what are your thoughts of Ascot so far? I mean, obviously, I don't know how many times you've been before, but you were here yesterday. This is a very, very exciting time for you.
Beyond exciting. My face hurts. I've been smiling so much. I got home yesterday and I've just been on cloud nine. What a
wonderful.
phenomenal day.
Jessica, it's so lovely to have you here in the Fashion Hub. I know you've got a great day ahead with all of your family
Mum
here
and
to
Dad are
support
here
you.
as well,
So
and your
congratulations.
girls.
Thanks for joining us.
Well done.
Perfect power and air Arthur towards the inside. Calamosto bursting through in the purple and white. Twilight Jet and Tiber Flower in behind. Perfect power now beginning to close down on the far side, wearing them down into the shadows of the post. And perfect power, a perfect performance to win the Commonwealth Cup.
Very, very happy because, like I said, it was my only ride on the week here in Ascot and in Royal Ascot. I was so confident with him. He just gave me a first acceleration, and when I asked him to quicken again, he just gave me a second turn of foot, like do all the great champions.
It really is what Ascot is really all about when you have these moments. So I'm really excited to share this with you all, everybody here today. The lovely Jack here has just proposed at Royal Ascot, day 4, to his wife-to-be, Rebecca. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
So tell me, how long have you had this planned in the works?
To do it at Ascot, about a couple of months.
That's wonderful. Were you a bit nervous just to get the right moment? And did you think we'd do it against the flower, or do you think, I don't know when I'm going to do it, I'm just going to wait for the moment?
To be honest with you, I thought there was no cameras around, so but I was wrong.
Well, I think that's quite hilarious because I think we're the third film crew that have actually found it. Can we see the ring?
Yes.
Wow, Jack.
It
Oh
doesn't
my
matter.
gosh,
It's all
Jack.
about the ring, darling.
Look
You
at
look
that.
fabulous.
That's amazing. So why Royal Ascot? What was the sort of reason as to using this as this very memorable moment? And thank goodness we're able to document this so you can have this for the rest of your life.
We're both keen in racing. Becca's got horses and things, so plus it's a good excuse to come back next year.
It certainly is.
It
And
really
every
is.
year after that.
Yes, make it a
And
tradition.
how about you? I know you had a few tears earlier. How are you feeling?
A lot better now.
Yeah. And were you not expecting it at all?
No idea.
No hints at all?
What would you have done if she had said, do you know what, Jack, it's been fun, but it's probably going to be a no?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure she even said yes, to be honest.
Well,
Should
she
we do
took
it
the
again?
ring. I think that's a yes.
I won't be able to stand up again.
So you absolutely. Well, congratulations, guys. That is so exciting. It happened just there, and many, many, many happy years. And I hope we get a round of applause in the whole of Royal Ascot today, day 4. Thank you very much. Woohoo! Welcome back to the Fashion Hub, and it's so exciting, isn't it, to see all those highlights of Royal Ascot Day 4. Now, I'm joined here by model, podcast star, and the lovely Sarah Ann Macklin. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, tickety-boo, not too bad at all. Can I just say, you look resplendent. Can you just talk us through this incredible look? You've got with a trouser suit. Just talk us through this amazing look.
Thank you. So I'm wearing a very dear friend of mine. She was the first tailor on Savile Row.
Ah,
So
Daisy.
Daisy Natural.
Yeah.
The Deck London. Jessica Miller is my hat. And I've got Aspinall bag and Kiki, one of my favourite jewellery designers.
You look incredible.
Oh, and also Camilla Elphick. I've got to give a shout out for the shoes.
And for the shoes as well. Well, and you've just put it together so beautifully, but as a model you kind of know what you're doing. An interesting choice because you've got black and it's a hot day. Just talk me through that colour option.
It's controversial. I feel like I now really understand men in morning suits in the
Thank you.
I have the utmost respect. Last year when I came, it was pouring with rain and 9 degrees. I'm not sure if you remember.
Oh, yes.
And I wore a white dress.
So this year you're just doing it the opposite way round. It's like,
But no, yeah, I'm.
you look amazing. Now tell me a little bit else about what you're doing as well, because I know you're doing a podcast, and that's called Be Well.
So the charity that I have, the not-for-profit, is called the Be Well Collective, and we look after young people's mental health in the creative industry. But I also have a podcast called Live Well, Be Well as well, which we're going full throttle on at the moment in this season. We're in season 8 at the moment.
And just quickly, some of the guests that you're featuring in your podcast?
Yes, we've got a range. So we have DJ Fat Tony.
I love Fat Tony.
He's fantastic. We have Liz Earle. We have Professor Tim Spector, who is pioneering gut health at the moment. We have Professor David Nutt, who is the professor around psychedelic research, which is really, really interesting. Gosh, you're really
lots
testing
and
me
lots.
now.
I mean, mental health obviously is top of the agenda, and you've got some wonderful guests there. So everybody look out for the charity in the Be Well Collective and Be Well, Live Well podcast.
Yes, live well, be well.
Live well, be well. Thank you so much. Thank you, Sarah.
And it's Candleton who is storming home in the Duke of Edinburgh Stakes under Tom Marquand. This horse on his seasonal debut, he routs them. Candleton has won in a Duke.
Look, everything panned out perfectly. It usually does when you win, and he was electric when he picked up. And to be honest, caught me a bit by surprise, and I'd say I probably shouldn't have won by 6 lengths, but it's Royal Ascot, great to get his head in front, and wonderful for the Keys Vetters as well.
And we're here back at the fashion studio with Rachel and Nigel. Now you are consummate racegoers. You've been coming for how long?
About 10 years.
And what is it that you love about Royal Ascot?
I love the fashion, I love the racing, I love coming with friends. It's just a fun week, a really great week.
So talk me through what you're wearing, because you look absolutely cool, calm and collected, even though it is absolutely scorching today.
Oh, trust me, I'm hot. But anyway, I'm wearing a Claire Mitchavani dress, which I had made for my stepdaughter's wedding in 2019. So I'm going sustainable fashion.
Well done. Bring it out of the cupboard again.
Absolutely. And I'm also wearing a Juliette Bottrell hat. Beautiful milliner. She's absolutely fantastic.
And where's she based?
She's based in Wimbledon.
Yes. And your jewellery, I love the way that you've offset it with these aquamarine earrings and necklace. Very delicate, but it's perfect.
Oh, thank you. That's great.
Were they a gift from the hubby?
They were. They were a birthday present.
She's a very lucky lady.
She is a very lucky lady, I must admit. But you look absolutely wonderful. Tell me, where is your? This is bespoke, isn't it? Your tails?
This is bespoke from the Huntsman in Savile Row, and
they're
a very good British brand. Fantastic.
Yeah. So how long have you had this? Because it looks brand new.
I'd like to say 10 years, but I've probably filled it out a little bit since then. But I'd probably about 3.
Okay, well that's the beauty of bespoke tailoring. You can actually get it made bigger or smaller as the waistline adjusts.
Well, I'm not. Well, it could also contract as well, but it rarely does.
And tell me about your hat, your top hat. Is it a brand new one, or is it quite an old one?
No, it's one that's slightly weathered a little bit, and it's encountered a few occupational hazards, mostly at the bandstand later. But other than that, it's fantastic. Christie's hat, very nice, beautiful.
And are you going to make a little bet today?
I might try.
Might try.
Might try.
Day 3 for you, but day 4 for everyone else. Enjoy your day, and thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
You.
Now, a very clever young lady here is Joanna Hanbury, who chose such a fantastic summery look in this very, very, very warm heat. So how are you doing today?
Good, and thank you so much.
Yeah, you look absolutely stunning. So talk to me about the choice, because obviously Ascot is a real pop of colour, but what I'm seeing is this really elegant sort of off-white, this ivory, and the boater. I mean, it just looks really, really cool.
Thank you so much. I absolutely adore this jumpsuit. This is from Susanna London.
Is it?
Yes, and the hat is from Emily London, so it's one of my favourites, and I absolutely love it. And I think summer is fresh and white. Why not?
Quite right. And talk to me about the accessories, because you've got some beautiful shoes. Where are these shoes from?
There's a Jimmy Choo shoes.
They weren't a wedding shoe or anything like that?
They were my wedding shoes.
Really? That's so interesting. It's the third person I've interviewed who's actually said, I'm wearing my wedding shoes to Ascot, and I love that, because obviously you want to wear them more than once, and if they're a Jimmy Choo, then let's get them out.
And they haven't been out in a while, so I'm very happy to wear them.
Are we going to do some dancing later on?
Oh, maybe. Look.
They can't help themselves, those shoes. And your handbag and your beautiful, beautiful jewellery.
Handbag is Emmy. London as well, and Julie. Well, this is my engagement ring, so.
Your engagement ring. So there you
It's
go.
a theme. It's a wedding theme.
It's a
isn't it?
wedding theme. We did have a proposal earlier, and so such a really lovely
lovely.
moment. I know, and it was sort of really clever to document it in that way. So talk to me about Royal Ascot, and is it your first time? I don't think it is.
It's not my first time. No, we've been every day this week.
Have you really? And is that because you have horses here?
Yeah, so my husband's family breed horses.
Right.
The tree are more stirred. And yesterday we actually had a winner, one of the horses that got bred. So very exciting.
Congratulations.
And it's a passion. We love horses.
So if you're coming every day, what is the discipline? I'm just interested in that because I'm having to do the same. So if you're coming every day, then you're planning the look for those 5 days.
Yes.
So just talk to me about the sort of the brainchild and the skill and actually sort of nailing it every day. What are the sort of quick wins?
Oh my God, yeah, it's quite some planning and organisation. But I think if you pick the designers that you love and then go in there and see what you can wear, and then it's the outfit and then the accessories around it.
Yeah.
So
And getting some good sleep in between, I think.
oh yes, we've got 3 little girls which keep me busy in between as well. So it's
Oh
quite
my
hard.
gosh. Sleep is money in the bank in my book.
Absolutely.
Well, you look wonderful. Have a fantastic day.
Thank you so
very
much. Thank you.
So here we are at the Panoramic Restaurant with the master chef himself, Mr. Raymond Blanc. How are you?
I'm still well. I'm very happy because it's been a fantastic day. I love Royal Ascot. It's a fantastic day to see this beautiful woman with these gorgeous hats.
Royal Ascot love you.
Oh,
How many
beautiful.
years have you been here now?
8 years. I'm in charge of the Academy of Service, at Royal Ascot for 8 years. I work with some amazing people, and today with young students who really were absolutely brilliant. They gave so much of themselves. They were so inspired. They own emotionally the event, and they gave to our guests so much of themselves. And of course, you create an event which is really special, because at the end, it's always people who make the difference.
Without a doubt, that's part of the fine dining experience. It's not only the food, it's the people involved.
Of course. What is good as well is that Royal Ascot and really wants not to move from an event management to a fine dining management, whether it is a burger or indeed a great
Absolutely.
restaurant like here, the Panoramic.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
really, there's big ambitions. It's exciting to see. It's beautiful. It's been an amazing day.
We're
really.
very inspired by you, but this is a real highlight
yes,
for
you
us. So
must
this
try.
delicious array of pudding here, talk us through it.
looks exquisite.
So you've got the fruits from Kent, all the fruits from Kent, the
Right.
strawberries,
Delicious,
the
fresh
raspberries.
strawberries.
I'm going to pour a little bit of the jus here.
jus.
Okay, of
my gosh.
extraction.
Susan, you've
of
been
berries.
excited about this moment,
Voilà.
haven't you? She's been
Always
speaking about it
excited
all
when I
day.
come to see Raymond. It's always a taste sensation.
Good news, eh? Always. Voilà. Then I've got
Delicious.
some beetroot gelée here.
Beetroot
A little bit of vegetal, because you have
Yes.
sweetness in the berries.
And
And
the
here
savoury-
you add a little bit of savory, vegetal, a bit of earthy. And that gives a lovely texture as well. Okay, voilà. C'est très bien.
Et voilà.
A little bit of honeysuckle for texture, crunchiness, no? Voilà. Oh, look at these
And the
lovely
flowers, the
bits
beautiful
here.
edible
C'est
flowers.
très bien. Voilà, and of course you want a few violets. It's, after all, it's Chelsea.
oui.
It is today as Royal Ascot, so we want a few flowers. You have a feather. Maybe I should add one little. Voilà, parfait.
Oh,
Voilà,
amazing.
isn't it
Look at
gorgeous?
that. Thank
You're
you.
doing-
That attention to
Absolument.
detail.
Très bien.
Amazing,
Et voilà.
delicious.
C'est très bien, voilà.
So how many flowers have you had to eat today?
Not too many.
Staple diet.
So tell us about the menu, because a lot of the actual produce is all from England, and I've heard
Absolutely.
you've got some lamb from the Royal States.
Royal Estate. Absolutely, the tomatoes come from Isle of Wight. They're all organically grown, covered but outdoor. Okay. Then the savage fish is from England. Okay. All the vegetables are from the verger of England, and the Ascot. We have the Royal Ascot lamb here, which everyone loved.
That must have
It's
been
a
popular.
Great celebration,
So
absolutely.
let's
yes.
have a taste of this delicious
Absolutely,
creation
yeah.
here.
And how long did it take you to think through the menu? Was it months in advance?
Well, you prepare it months in advance because we know the calendar. We know Royal Ascot is such a date, so I work always around seasonal. My food is all about the celebration of seasons all
Yes.
the time.
And we
Better
are at the
taste,
height
better
of British
texture,
summer.
better colors, better nutrients, better flavor. You help your farmer keep his farm. Okay, you are. It's exciting.
amazing. I
Yeah.
really want to
Full
taste
circle
it.
in a
And better
sense.
flavor and far better flavor. There's so much windy. It's all.
I know. It's
disturbing
quite
my
refreshing,
You are
actually,
the
because
Panoramic
downstairs
Restaurant,
it's
aren't
very
you?
hot.
You've got the best view in the house. Right.
Yes, we indeed have, absolutely. And the race, the best vintage point to see the race as well. And
When did you get the time?
No, first, I must say, many guests have said, Raymond, can you give me a bet? A good horse.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it's been a disaster.
You should just say the lamb.
So much, yes, a
It's the
lamb.
best
Yes,
bet.
maybe we should do a lamb race, okay? On the flat, perfect. Let's do that next time. It will work. But,
Okay, so let's dive in.
Absolutely, you must.
yes.
So you have here a panna cotta made with oat milk, so extremely light with lime. Okay, with lime and vanilla. Okay,
Well,
and
this
you've got
talks
oat
to
is
me
lovely
because I'm
like
allergic
this.
to dairy, so
Ben
oat
voilà.
milk is perfect.
That's perfect. Go ahead.
Raymond.
Merci.
May I?
Lovely.
Oh my God, I can't wait. I'm very excited. I've been waiting for this all week.
I'm going to have one of the little flowers here. Oops.
It's
Oh
a
my goodness,
burst
Mim.
of flavours.
Absolutely.
really
It's all about. We are so lucky here because now we are right in the middle of the spring, end of the spring, beginning of summer. You have the best moment of the year, really.
You are
All
so clever.
all
Do we
this-
do a little cheers?
I think so, yes.
And say thank
definitely.
you so much.
Cheers, Ascot.
As always, a taste
To all the
sensation.
girls and the boys.
Happy Ascot.
Happy Ascot.
Chin chin.
And now Inspiral finds daylight. She begins to run on very strongly down the centre onto the Tenori Drive. And Inspiral has come sweeping through to snatch the lead. Deep inside the furlong. Redemption day for Frankie. Inspiral powering clear. Inspiral inspired wins the Coronation Stakes. And Frankie salutes the crowd.
She really took off to a point that I was actually able to enjoy the last 50 yards for once. What she did today, beating classic winners, was incredible, really. And it's been a tough week, but good for the team to get one on the board, and very important for an unbeaten filly.
And we're back in the fashion studio with Hayley, who's going to give us a few tips about tomorrow. So tomorrow is Platinum Jubilee. Cup all day.
Well, I think you're right to focus in on the main Group 1. It is the Platinum Jubilee Stakes, Group 1 action, so it's a real standout throughout the 7 races. And this time we've got some very exciting horses lining up. There's a few angles into it. We've got Her Majesty, the Queen's horse, trying to make it a better ending than what we saw on Tuesday. King's Lynn, he did line up in the sprint race. Unfortunately, only finished 7th, still ran pretty well. So there'll be a lot of pressure that he's able to step it up a gear on Saturday. So we'll be keeping our fingers crossed. And who knows, Her Majesty, the Queen might even join us. I mean, that would be just the best way to cap the week if she does get to turn up. So she was out of luck, unfortunately, with Reach for the Moon. We'll let that go.
Yes.
Maybe King's Lynn can do it in the big one itself, but I do feel as though Home Affairs, the Australian sprinter, is going to be the one to beat. Australia have got the best sprinters in the world. I think we have to accept that. We just have to hold up our hands and say that's the way it is.
What is it that makes them so good?
They give them time, they let them fill out, they let them mature, and the way they train them, they're all about toning them, getting that muscle huge, and you can pick out an Australian bred horse or even an Australian trained horse. They could be bred anywhere in the world, but they get down to Australia and they've just got these big thick set shoulders on them, great powerful backside, and they just seem to train them in such a way that makes them so explosive and powerful. So I think Home Affairs, who managed to get the better of Nature Strip at Flemington a couple of starts back, is going to be very, very hard to beat, because we saw what Nature Strip came and did here on Tuesday. He tore up the Ascot home straight, he dominated, didn't see another rival, and this horse, Home Affairs, managed to get the better of him. But America are going to be represented with Caponelli. We've seen that horse produce some great performances here at Ascot in the past, so fingers crossed the Americans will have their flag flying as well. It's been a tough week so far for Wesley Ward.
And talking about Americans, we have an NBA star with a horse as well, haven't we?
Yeah, that's right. Tony Parker has been an absolute superstar when it comes to basketball. He's an NBA legend, and what he achieved in his time as a player, he was leading the championships all the time. That's just been matched actually just recently, which is unbelievable because he's such a standout. Anyway, he's got this interest. He's got a real desire for horse racing, and his passion is coming through, and he's just trying to make the French aware of how much enjoyment you can get from being involved in horse racing and how it's accessible level for anyone to get involved as well. So he is a man that was a force to be reckoned with when he was back on the basketball court. He was incredible. So he's got this very wonderful produced filly called Mangustine, and she might be one to follow in the future. So she's already won a classic over in France, and she looks exciting for him. So it's just great to have him here at Royal Ascot, and he's living the ownership dream. It's happened very quickly, so maybe he's just one of those people that's just very, very lucky in life, Susan.
It seems like it. He's done really well at the NBA, so it must be. And you mentioned fillies, so there is a race. The first race tomorrow is our fillies, and is that normal? I thought both breeds would actually run together.
Yeah, they are allowed to compete together a lot of the time, and you can take on the opposite sex, but then there are specific races purely for the fillies, for the females as well, just to often give them a better chance. But so often we do see those top class fillies lining up against the boys and beating them, because they do get a sex allowance. A lot of people don't like that, but maybe we shouldn't have it. Then some people argue we should have it. So you'd have a valid opinion just as much as the next person on that. So it's all about hormones and things like that. There's a very strong argument to be had, but it's definitely an advantage for the females when they line up against the boys at the top level, getting that sex allowance to race.
Brilliant, that's great. Wonderful things to know about fillies. I had no idea. And also you mentioned that one of the horses is racing in another race, so it would have raced twice.
Yeah, that's right. So Her Majesty the Queen's horse, King's Lynn, is backing up very quickly. We were hoping to have seen Nature Strip back up on Saturday. Unfortunately, we don't get to see him because Chris Waller didn't want him to give too much of himself. Once again, he's travelled this horse over from Australia. That's a 40-hour trip. He'd already come and won. He's done his job. They didn't want him to go through what is such a hot day once again. It's been exhausting, this weather, which is quite unusual for the UK, and they just felt as though it was going to be too tough a task for him to line up again on Saturday. But some can do it, some can race on the Tuesday, and then in the Queen Alexandra, which we'll also see tomorrow, the last race, the staying race, and they've won both in the past. So it can be done. It's a tough task, but tough horses win those races twice.
Exactly, that's brilliant. Well, thank you so much for today, and let's hope that we get some winners for our last day at Royal Ascot.
Yeah, fingers crossed, and thanks for your time as well.
Well, Scott, what a day. Day 4, done and dusted.
We did it, day 4. I mean, what another incredible day. Now, how are you faring? I have to ask. How are you faring with this heat?
Tropical heat, I must say. But it's been quite nice in our little studio. We've been getting lots of cool air whizzing through.
We really
but
are.
also, this Lisu suit is fantastic because it's silk. So it breathes.
She's clever. She knows what she's doing.
Yes,
So tell
I dress
me,
for the weather.
Day 4.
Yes.
It's been epic.
It's been
I've
incredible.
loved every single moment of it. And I have to say, just the effort, again, that everybody's making, especially in this heat. It is, Britain at its very best.
It has been Britain at its very best. And also for you, the gentlemen, it's been a very hot day for the gentlemen as well. But after the royal procession, they were allowed to take off their jackets and hats. Did you ever do that?
I've had occasional moments of having a little sort of venting of the fresh air to the hat. But, but no, I mean, really, really wonderful day. Can I just ask highlights that you have?
I think my highlight has to be the Duchess of Cambridge and the Duke of Cambridge arrival. She looked absolutely incredible. The picture of elegance.
She
and
really
for you?
did. Well, for me, I have to say, because I'm a bit of an old romantic, was actually when you had lovely Jack and Rebecca, and he proposed to her, and they do things like that at Royal Ascot. That's why people love it so much.
Yes.
You've got families, all generations, and people come back time and time again because they've got so many memories here.
Yes.
And it really is a very special place for that. So.
Well, they actually said that they're going to make a tradition and come back every year, which is a wonderful memory and moment to keep going. And I think that's what you see. There's a lot of tradition here.
An awful lot of tradition.
Yes.
We cannot wait to welcome you back for tomorrow.
Yes.
Our last day of Royal Ascot 2022.
Platinum Jubilee Day.
Is it really?
Yes, there's a race of the Platinum Jubilee Stakes, so we're looking forward to that race.
Think carefully what we wear tomorrow.
Oh, yes.
Excited to see you then.
Bye.